Hello everyone, my name is Financial Charles. Today is March 3rd of 2024 and today the Bitcoin price is at about $62,600. So Bitcoin has never been, in terms of this channel, Bitcoin has never been at a higher price than it is right now. And it's just so surreal to see that we're already at the all-time highs. Like, we might not be at 69,000, but we're already at the all-time highs. If history is any indication, we were expecting to see all-time highs around November or December of this year, of 2024. But 2024 just started, and we're not even at the halving yet, and we're already at the all-time highs. I think this is definitely due to the large amount of institutional interest through the ETFs. And the big players are just finally getting in and just buying it all up and raising the price. And, a lot of people, I've seen that there's a lot of bearish sentiment on the internet, and there's talking about how we might be at a local top. And I thought that too, as soon as we're skyrocketing from 49 to 52 to 57, all the way to $64,000 in a blink of an eye. I was thinking that too, like we might be topped. Or not like my cycle top, but probably local top. But the thing is, like, every time it dumps, it just keeps on getting bought up because there's so much interest in the space right now, and there's so much capital coming from these large institutions that even like this is a whole new cycle, and it's just breaking all the patterns. I think it's just going to keep going up because who in the market is selling their coins? Like, no one's selling their coins, and everyone that are selling their coins, they're just getting bought up. There's not a true, real, juicy 30%, 40% dip to buy up, because as soon as it's dipping 20%, people are stepping in. And even the correction that we saw from 64,000 to 59,000 not too long ago, a couple days ago, like when it went from here to 64,000 to 58,000, that's just an 8% drop, and people already knew to just keep buying and buying and buying, and we've been stuck in this range ever since last week, pretty much. So the interest is just too high. And this is in February 2024, Bitcoin saw its largest weekly candle in its history. Even the last bull market, like this, was the November 2021 candle was the largest with $17,000 of movement. This February one already put it to shame. This was a over $18,000 candle that we saw in 1 month, which is just crazy. And like, I think just the viewpoint of people overall when it comes to Bitcoin, it's changing. Like, people are no longer just trying to trade this thing for a quick buck. People are really truly in this for the long term. They're buying and holding. And I'm part of this camp too, where it's like, I really have a hard time bringing myself to sell this asset, because what are you selling to? You're selling for US dollar, which is inferior in every single way. Like, there is no exit strategy to Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin is the exit strategy. Like, and I think more and more people are starting to realize this. So there's this YouTuber named Brian Harrington. He makes a lot of great YouTube videos, and I forgot which video it was that he said this in. But he says that, he's also seeing it as like Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value, and this is the exit strategy. This is where you take profit too, And in one of his videos, he says that dollar cost averaging is timing the market, To really not time the market, like, we all know that timing the market is not the move. But when you dollar cost average, when you put aside US dollar, the only reason you're doing that instead of buying instantly as soon as you get it is because you're trying to time the market thinking that it's going to go lower. I don't think, like, we're in such a environment where if there is a dip, it's instantly getting bought up. Like, these 20% dips that we were seeing earlier in the year, that's pretty shallow compared to its previous data. This whole entire bull market, we've only got 20% dips. 20% dips, 20% dips. This was a 20% dip that got quickly bought up. These 20% dips down here were definitely more prolonged. And even here, when we went from 64,000 to 59,000 a couple days ago, that was an 8% dip. It wasn't even a 10% dip, and it instantly got bought up. Whoever sold there, it already got bought up. And it's as if nothing even happened. We're still at $62,700. And, it'll just keep going up because as soon as prices dip even just a little bit, there are so many people that are seeing that as a buying opportunity, and they're just going all in. Like, it looks pretty intimidating that we're already at the all-time highs and the halving hasn't even happened yet. But this is because like new dynamics have been introduced into the market. Like, I don't think the Bitcoin market will ever be the same. With these ETFs, it enables all these institutions with so much capital to just flood into Bitcoin. So it's like, I don't know, there's truly a supply shortage. There's a supply shortage. More Bitcoin is being bought up than there is being mined. And then in April, that 900 Bitcoin that gets mined per day will get cut in half. There's only going to be 450, but that get 450 new Bitcoins put into circulation per day, but the demand will continue to grow and grow and grow. We might really be seeing the steep part of the S curve coming very soon, and it's so scary because if you're a retail investor, you might not have too much time left to get to the desired number of Bitcoins that you want. Like, the big boys have officially entered the space, and like, it is not stopping. It is not stopping. Ever since in September, I believe this is where the fake Cointelegraph news about the ETF came out. Ever since then, it's been a straight line up. It's been a straight line up. And I think it'll just keep going. I think the risk that you're taking from selling now at 62,000 is like, it might never go back down here ever again. Like, it might go to, let's say, 150 and then crash, and then but the next bear market low, we might not even be at the 62,000. Like, I think this cycle right here where the bottom was 15,000, which was lower than the 2017 all-time high of 19,000, like, I think that's just a one-time thing. I thought it was going to be happening again this cycle. I thought maybe diminishing returns would be a thing. And then, perhaps a bear market bottom that goes lower than the 2021 highs. But by the way things are going, and just the absolute supply shock and the demand growing but supply dwindling, it's like, I think this might be the biggest cycle yet. This might be the biggest cycle yet. We've never seen so much capital flow into Bitcoin, and we've never seen so many just determined hodlers. Like, as time goes on, more and more people understand this technology, and they're not going to sell. Like, more and more people are just not going to sell. Like me, like, I can't bring myself to sell Bitcoin for an inferior currency, because like, that's timing the market. Like, you're just trying to time the market. You're trying to sell now so you can buy back lower, but like, with this, like, you cannot time the market, and same with dollar cost averaging. It's like, the reason that you're dollar cost averaging, like I said, is because you're trying to time it, see if it goes lower so you can buy more. But in reality, maybe lump summing every second that's the move, because Bitcoin will just always go up forever. Like Brian said, dollar cost averaging is timing the market, and I never thought of that until now. Like, I never thought of it until I heard him say it, but it's so true. Like, when you dollar cost average, it's because you're hoping to get in at a lower price. But Bitcoin's not going to stop. Like, Ben Cowan, and I've thought of this for a long time too, where I always thought it was important that Bitcoin touches the bull market support band in order to keep going, and then when the bull market support band does not get touched for a while and then it comes crashing down, it can't hold it as support and the bear market starts. But like, and right now it's like, we haven't been in the bear market support band ever since like, that September, October, and it's just going to keep going up. Like, I think this is the cycle that will break all models. I wasn't a believer in that before because this previous bear market was just so painful, but after seeing this candle right here, and it just keeps going up, it's like, we are probably never going to see the 60,000s ever again after this. Perhaps the next bear market bottom is still going to be a six-figure Bitcoin. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Just keep on lump summing, but it's a different world, and it'll keep on accelerating. More and more people are going to wake up to the fact that buy and hold forever. And I feel like this cycle is like, so many people are just going to try to time the top, and they're just going to sell it once it hits a certain price point so they can buy back lower because they think that the bear market is going to, take place. But What if this is the cycle where it just keeps on going up and up and up, and by the time you get that 80% correction is like, like what if it corrects from 800,000 and it just drops to 200,000? You know what I'm saying? Like selling at 60,000 would not be the move. And one more thing to mention before I wrap this video up is like each bear market becomes less and less drastic. So if you go all the way to the very beginning, the very first Bitcoin correction, this was a 93% correction. And then this correction, 87% correction. And then this correction, 83% correction. And then this recent correction was the most shallow one yet. It was a 77% correction. So each bear market gets less and less steep. It becomes more shallow each correction. So if we keep on assuming that pattern, maybe next correction will be a 75% correction. But, a 75% correction from 600,000 is still $150,000. So I don't know. We also see diminishing returns as each year goes on too, like from 1,000 to 20,000, that's a 20x. From 20,000 to 60,000, that's like a 3x. From 60,000, 2x from there would be 120, but like I don't think Bitcoin is going to stop at 120 just because we see so much demand, and the fact that we've reached all-time highs so quickly already. Like it's a different market now. It's a different market in which institutions buy up with ETFs. It's just a different game, man. It's a different game. So I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. And I think the next bear market bottom might still be in the 6 figures. So we're still low. We're still very low. But yeah, that's all I had to say. Keep stacking. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video.